Hi everybody. Okay. Hmm. Well, today's episodes of soaps could be called cuffing season. Now, for all of you guys who don't know what that is, it's a time between maybe right before Christmas till um Valentine's Day or around that time. Okay. Because it's so cold outside, everybody tries to couple up with everybody else, and because to keep warm, or so they say, right? Well, Y&R's episode today is a episode of couple swap kind of. Okay, I'll explain. Um, okay, I was kind of cheering and pissed off at the same time, but for different reasons. Okay, I was cheering because finally, Nick and Sally are no more. Thank you, God, no more. I don't even know why they were a couple in the first place because let's start with the age difference and let's start with the fact of the brother versus brother thing, which I hate because it's been done over and over and over again, and it becomes like a competition, and a person cannot be won by someone else. Like, you know? So there's that. Then you have the undeniable chemistry between Mark Grossman and Courtney Hook. They also happen to be dating off screen. Everybody and their brother knows that. Okay? So their chemistry can be felt through the screen. So I, like everybody else, want Adam and Sally together. And finally, they are together, and apparently, with the blessing of everybody. However, they had the weird moment, well, Nick and Sally did, of, well, I'm sorry, but I don't feel that way about you, but can we still be friends, please? I don't want it to be awkward between us, yada, yada, yada. Okay, I'm saying yada, yada, yada because everybody at some point in your life has had that conversation with somebody else, right? Okay. So then magically, in the span of an hour, they go from awkward to, oh, great. I'm really happy you're happy. Yay. Okay. Um, on the realistic scale, I give it a two. But on the soap opera scale, okay, they finally dealt with it. Okay, we have that in that corner. But also, underneath all this, also another potential couple, which I don't want because it's been done and done and done. I'm talking about Nick and Sharon. Okay, they got together in 92, 93. They were together forever until they lost Cassie, and then Nick couldn't handle the death, and so Sharon needed his support, and he didn't know how to support her. Yada yada yada. So he fell into the arms of Phyllis, which produced Summer. Yada yada yada. Okay, and then they got divorced and they broke up and whatever. Then they got back together a couple years later. Then they broke up again. Then they got back. You see the pattern here? Okay. So, yes, I can see it coming from a mile away, but I don't want it. Please give Nick and Sharon somebody else. Even if it's a freaking fling or something. Bring new people on the canvas that's not killers and give them that or something. Okay. Okay. So two couples down, one to go. Well, one possibly to go. Okay. So everybody knows that Daniel and Lily are together again after being together and married for a short time as teenagers, right? Okay, well, there has to be a fly in the ointment because, as we all know in soap opera world, you can't be too happy for too long because apparently they equate happiness with boring. So, who's going to instigate this? Heather. Heather the witch. Okay. The reason, okay. I have to preface this with, first of all, I saw it coming from a mile away, and I think most people did too. And I was vehemently opposed to it because, okay, you got this couple that everybody likes, or at least appreciates or something, right? I like the couple of Lily and Daniel because it shows that it's possible to fall in love with somebody when you're young, go through a bunch of stuff, and then find each other later on and still have that passion for each other. Okay? Meanwhile, he has a divorce like the ex and the baby mama, right? So everybody's saying, well, they could get back together because, there's nothing like your baby mama. So she's got different things than Lily will ever have. And I'm like, okay, but just because you have a child with someone doesn't mean you're supposed to be with them for the rest of your life. Because I am a big proponent of if it is not working, you don't make it fit and like force it to work. Okay, clarifying. If I'm in a relationship, which I'm not, no ring, no nothing, right? But if I am, I'm going to try my hardest without turning into somebody else to try to either like make it go right or work on it or whatever. But not to the point of like killing it. You know what I mean? Okay. But then if you've done all that and it doesn't work for whatever reason, because your soul tells you it doesn't work, or because you feel like you've tried everything and it's still not working, or you feel yourself changing, or the list goes on, right? Okay, at that point, you give up and you say, I have tried everything I know how. I have given it love. I have given it faith. I have given it time. And nothing is working. Okay, we need to split. Okay, so then you are well within your right to move on to another relationship. And the person you were with, who you may or may not have had a kid with, does not have the right to try to force you back into the relationship with them. Okay? And I speak from experience a little bit because, hey, I'm a woman who, if I like a guy, but if the guy tells me I'm in a relationship with so and so, I leave him alone. Okay? So I don't go and try to take somebody else's person or whatever. I don't do that. Okay? But on the same token, if I'm in a relationship with you, first of all, you should, as the other party, say I'm in a relationship. We're in a relationship together and block all other advances. But then other people shouldn't be trying to get you to change your mind or something, because this whole thing with Daniel and Heather, I don't like, because, okay, 2 questions she asks. She says, well, I know you're with Lily, but if you weren't with Lily, just hypothetically, right? If you weren't with her, do we have a chance? And he says, well, yeah, if I wasn't with her, then, you'd have a shot, whatever. So then she goes and tries some more. She says, well, do you love her? Okay, talk about putting somebody on the spot. And then he says, well, no, we haven't gotten to that stage yet. So then what does she do? She says, well, I do love you. And I think that if I know that I love a man and the man is standing right in front of me, then I have to tell you what it is. Okay. So then that means that you have no regard for the relationship he's in. Okay. That's her side of it. His side of it is he says, well, yeah. And then he starts kissing her. Okay. I don't care what you say. If you are with somebody and you kiss somebody else, don't blame anybody else. You have the 2 seconds or 2 minutes where your brain goes, okay, oh, I'm in a tricky situation here. What should I do? And the right brain that tells you don't do this should prevail. If it doesn't, then you don't have anybody else to blame but you. So I do not want to see this fallout because I do not want Daniel to say, oh, well, I didn't mean for it to happen, but so and so and so and so. No, take responsibility. You did it. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And I like Daniel and I like Michael Grasdet, but with this one, honey. No. No. So, ugh. All right.